Peace, love. Christina here, back with another video. So I wanted to come on here to say that I'm trying to get this tripod set up, y'all. Oh my gosh. Okay, so thank you so much for joining me here in this moment. The message that I have for you today is that when you came into this world, when you came into this realm, space was created for you. Space was created for you to be exactly who you are. You know, you don't have to learn to be who you are. You just be. You just express yourself. And, you know, that's it. If you have to go out your way to learn, to do something, to be something, it's not natural. We are organic beings, you know. A squirrel doesn't have to learn how to be a squirrel. A tree doesn't have to learn how to be a tree. A piece of fruit doesn't have to learn how to be a piece of fruit. Everything just is. We just are. And the more that we come to terms with that, the more we just allow ourselves to be and express and just learn to just trust life, the more relaxed we can feel, the deeper we start to breathe, and the more life embrace us as the beings that we are. See, everyone didn't come to do the same thing. You know, someone else's mission, someone else's purpose is not our mission. It's not our purpose. And every single part of existence coexist with each other, but it's so necessary. Like we need to be in our own positions. You know, I need a tree to be a tree. You know, a tree, it takes my carbon dioxide that I expel with my breath. Y'all, this tree, it takes the carbon dioxide that I expel with my breath, and it gives me oxygen so that I can breathe in its oxygen. I don't need a tree to be something that it's not. I need a tree to be exactly what it is. You know, I need you to be who you are for the sake of the collective, for the sake of the collective energy. If you are out here trying to be something that you're not, you know, pursuing things that you don't even want to pursue, doing things that are out of alignment with your greatest harmony, you know, with you being in harmony with yourself. But instead you're doing things that cause you to be at war with yourself, that are conflicting, you know, that you really don't want to do, that don't align with your highest vibration. You're causing disharmony within the collective, you know, entity, the collective state of beingness. You might see yourself as separate from the collective. You might say, oh, this is just my life. And you don't recognize that, yes, it is your life, but your life has great impact. Your life causes ripple effects across the entire collective. What you say, what you think, it's one mind, it's one heart, it's one body, it's oneness, all across the board. And, you know, your life has meaning. It's so important for you to be walking, talking, breathing in your purpose. And your purpose is to be you, to love you, to take care of you. You know, there's this saying, if you have to divorce yourself so that you can be with a person, male, female, whatever it is, whatever the situation is, friendship, work at a job, you have to divorce who you are to align with something else. That thing that you're aligning with is not for you. If anything, it's detrimental to your being. It's going to cause chaos and disharmony within you. You know, whatever it is that you do, it should add to you. It should be an addition. It should be the evolution of where you came from. It shouldn't set you back. You are so precious. You are so precious. And it's just so important for you. Like I'm gonna be the speaker for life, you know. I'm gonna be the speaker for life. Speak for life. Speak on behalf of life, and let you know that life needs you to embrace yourself. Life needs you to walk in your purpose. Life needs you to do what you love. Life needs to see pleasure on your face. Life needs to see you smile. Life needs to see you feel good. Like, life needs to see you in the fullness of joy, in the fullness of peace. So do whatever you can so that you can feel joy in your heart, so that you can feel peace in your heart. And recognize that your purpose here is to express joy. You know, you're sitting here suffering because you think that in your suffering you're actually doing something for the collective, when you're not. You're doing something for the collective when you can be in the fullness of your joy, when you can be in the fullness of your thanksgiving, when you can be in the fullness of your happiness. If you gotta be unhappy for life, like in order to make other people around you happy, you're around the wrong people, man. You're around the wrong people. And sometimes it takes separation to happen for people to really get it, for people to really understand who you are. See, on my journey, when I first started off on my journey of really setting boundaries, about, I say 5 years ago, pre-COVID, I started setting my boundaries. I started telling people, look, this is what I'm gonna do. People had a problem with it, you know, and had I continued to listen to people, I wouldn't have done the things that I did. You know, people had a problem with it. People had an issue with it. People couldn't see my vision. People weren't really listening to me. People were projecting, you know, their dreams, their wishes onto me. But I was like, no, I'm not doing that. This is my life. You got your life. This is my life. And my life, my purpose is to live my life to the fullest, you know. But guess what? As time progressed, people started to see my vision. People started to come to an understanding of what it was that I was doing, you know, and I gave people that grace to either be here with me or not, to watch me. And now people understand what it is that I'm doing. People respect me for what I'm doing. And if they don't, you know, there are some people that I'm just like, shoot, it don't matter what I do, you're just gonna be, you know, they just show their love in a different way, you know. So you gotta be, I heard Viola Davis, she said, if you gotta let people down in order to not let yourself down, then you gotta get comfortable with letting people down. You're gonna let a lot of people down in your life. Don't be afraid to let people down. Don't be afraid to say no. Don't be afraid to set your boundaries so that you can be happy. Why are you sacrificing your joy and your happiness? Why are you doing that to yourself? Why are you killing yourself slowly? You are killing yourself. Stressing yourself out. And it always be for some ungrateful people. They still don't even appreciate what you do. They still don't see you. You still don't feel received. Or it might feel superficial. I'm just reading the energy here. You are so worthy of so much life, of so much joy, of so much happiness and peace, bliss, richness, health, wellness, prosperity. You are worthy. Life is calling upon you to just really step up and shine your light. Shine your light. And if they gotta put on sunglasses, shoot, let them put sunglasses on. You better start telling people in your reality, you better get your sunglasses ready, because I'm shining. You better get your sunglasses. Get you a pair of sunglasses. Matter of fact, just start handing them out. Hand out these sunglasses. Here, you get some sunglasses. You get some sunglasses. You get some sunglasses, because I'm going to shine. Don't be afraid of your own success. Don't be afraid of your own light. The fact that you care so much about people that you be willing to sacrifice your own life. You know, you got a savior complex. The fact that you would be willing to sacrifice your own life to make somebody else's life better, it says so much about your character. But in this season, you're being called to shine. You're being called to be in your joy. You know, by us, okay, So something that I have awakened to was this idea that, say you grew up in a home that was filled with abuse. You never saw like love in a home. You never saw like, peace in a home. And then you go out and you start to see other couples. You start to see peace, and you start to see love. You start to see how the world, certain people, how people engage with one another. And through that, you learn what that is. But if you never really go out and set foot out to discover what that is, then how will you ever know? You know? How will you ever know? You want people to learn, you want to be an example for people. But what type of example are you being when you're suffering? What type of example are you setting when you're not doing when you're not fulfilling your heart's desires? What type of example are you setting when you're putting everybody before yourself and you're leaving yourself on the back burner, not taking care of yourself? What example are you setting? So the best examples that we can set is to be ourselves, to love ourselves, to follow our dreams, to follow that pleasure, to express joy. People need to see people expressing joy. People need to see people singing and dancing and loving on one another. People need to see that. People need to see you do that. People need to see you happy. People need to see you in happy, healthy relationships. People need to see that from you. So that's all I got to say today, y'all. I hope that you have a magnificent, wonderful, beautiful day.